My girlfriend just gave birth. I knew the baby wasn't mine. I waited till that moment to tell her. I've never written anything like this before, but I don't really have anyone else to talk to, and I feel like if I don't get this out, I'm gonna explode. So here it goes. My girlfriend, ex-girlfriend now, I guess, just gave birth to our first child. Except, it's not our child. I knew it wasn't mine for months. Found out when she was about 6 months pregnant. This guy, Brian, just showed up at my job out of nowhere, asked if I was Sarah's boyfriend. When I said yeah, his face dropped. He apologized, told me he had been sleeping with her for a while and didn't know she had a boyfriend. I don't buy that for a second. Then he showed me the texts. They'd been hooking up for over a year. He showed me everything, their messages, their little sex jokes, plans to meet while I was at work. The worst part? After she found out she was pregnant, they both decided to pretend like it was mine, so she wouldn't lose her perfect life, and he wouldn't have to be a dad. I swear, I felt like my soul left my body right then and there. I didn't confront her. Not right away. Brian told me he recently got religious or some shit and couldn't live with himself keeping the secret. I thanked him and told him not to say anything yet. I needed time to figure out what the hell I was gonna do. And I did. I thought about it for 3 months straight. Cried at night. Drank too much. Slept in the guest room a few times just to avoid her. And every time she rubbed her belly or smiled at baby clothes, I felt like I was living in someone else's nightmare. But I decided to wait. I'd let her feel like everything was fine. Let her think we were still building a life together. And when the baby came, when she was at her most vulnerable, then I'd tell her. Some people might think that's cruel, but I don't care. I needed her to feel it. So she gave birth. Healthy baby. They took the kid to the NICU for a little monitoring, nothing serious. And as soon as she was resting in bed, stitched up and all, I started packing my stuff. She was confused. Thought I was going to get food or something. Then she asked where I was going. I didn't yell. Didn't curse. I just said, I know I'm not baby's name as father. Don't bother pretending. Call Brian. I'm sure he'd love to sign the birth certificate. And I left. She started screaming after me. Crying. I could hear her sobbing in the hospital room as I walked out. My phone's been blowing up ever since, calls, texts, voicemails from her and her sister. I turned it on silent and went to the bar. Got absolutely shit-faced. Truth is, I had a ring. I was going to propose to her the day the baby was born. I thought it'd be perfect. But that version of my life died the second Brian walked into my job. I've never felt so hollow. Waking up the next morning was brutal. My head was pounding from the hangover, but the ache in my chest was worse. I checked my phone out of habit, 17 missed calls from Sarah, for voicemails, and a flood of texts that bounced between begging, apologizing, and straight-up rage. Her sister called me a coward. Her mom texted me too, which was wild because I didn't even know she had my number. I ignored them all. I needed space. Brian hit me up too. Just a simple message. I heard what happened. You good, man? We ended up meeting for coffee that evening. I didn't think I could sit across from the dude who banged my girlfriend and not throw a punch, but weirdly, I didn't feel angry at him. He was calm. He didn't make excuses. He admitted he kid up. And honestly, he seemed more broken than I expected. He said he wasn't in love with Sarah. Never was. They were just hooking up on and off. She told him I wasn't serious about her, that I wasn't even sure if I wanted kids. That part stung because I was serious. I wanted a future with her. I was just slow to show it, I guess. I was working 2 jobs trying to save for a house. I thought I was doing the responsible thing. Anyway, Brian told me he was ready to step up. If the kid was his, which he was pretty damn sure of, he wanted to be there. I respected that, even if I hated everything else about the situation. I told him to get a DNA test before he did anything. I was still going to get one too, even though I was already 99% sure. The baby didn't look like me. Not one bit. Not in the eyes, not in the nose. And more than that. I just knew. Deep in my gut. I felt like a stranger holding someone else's life. Meanwhile, Sarah was still trying to talk. She even showed up at my apartment once. I didn't let her in, just spoke through the door. She kept saying things like, it was a mistake and we can fix this and you're still the dad in your heart. Nah, that ship sailed. I told her I wanted nothing to do with her or the baby. I wasn't gonna play house with someone who lied to my face for months. And especially not when she chose to trap me in this situation. She made a deal with Brian behind my back. How do you come back from that? She cried, begged. I didn't open the door. After that night, I blocked her. Blocked her sister. Blocked her mom. Changed the locks too. I was done. But saying it and feeling it were 2 different things. I still couldn't sleep. Still kept looking at that stupid stuffed elephant I bought for the baby months ago. I had this whole vision of fatherhood, man. Rocking my kid to sleep, watching cartoons, first birthdays. And it was gone in an instant. And I hated that part of me still missed her. She cheated. Lied. Betrayed me in the worst way. But I still missed the girl who used to sneak Pop-Tarts into my work bag. The one who danced in the kitchen when she thought no one was looking. The one who used to trace circles on my chest when we were curled up in bed. A week later, the paternity test results came in. No surprises, I wasn't the father. I stared at the paper for a long time. No shock, no dramatic reaction. Just silence. Like the final nail in a coffin I'd already buried. I texted Brian the results. He replied with a thanks, man. I'll handle it from here. Simple, direct, and honestly, kinda comforting. Dude was stepping up even after all that mess. Sarah and him could figure their situation out. I was officially out of it. Except I wasn't really. Not emotionally. I kept the ring in the drawer. Don't know why I didn't just pawn it or toss it. It sat there like a reminder of everything I was supposed to have. A life that felt real just weeks ago. I stopped eating much, stopped sleeping properly. Went to work, came home, drank. Rinse and repeat. One night I got blackout drunk and almost texted Sarah. Just something stupid like, hope the baby's okay. But I stopped myself. That wasn't for her, it was for me. I didn't want her back. I just wanted closure, comfort, a do-over that didn't exist. And that's when I realized I was spiraling. Bad. So I started therapy. It was awkward at first. Sitting across from a stranger, trying to explain how my heart had been ripped out while holding a baby that wasn't mine. But it helped. Piece by piece, I started letting go. Not forgiving Sarah, no way, but letting go of the need for revenge. The need for answers. I wasn't going to heal by picking at the wound. Around that same time, I started talking to this woman at work. Single mom. Super chill. Funny as hell. She had this sarcasm that reminded me who I was before all this crap hit the fan. I wasn't looking for anything, but talking to her felt normal, safe. Eventually we started hanging out more. Grabbing lunch, texting memes, that kind of thing. I told her about Sarah. About everything. I figured she'd dip after that kind of baggage drop, but she didn't. She just nodded and said, damn, that's a lot. But you seem like a solid guy. We took it slow. Real slow. I didn't meet her kid for months. I didn't even want to think about kids. But one day I swung by her place to drop something off and her daughter ran up and gave me a drawing of me and mommy and a rainbow dog. I don't know why, but I cried on the way home. For the first time in a long time, it didn't hurt to feel something again. It's wild how fast life moves when you're actually living it. About 2 months after I met her daughter, things just started to click. We weren't rushing anything. No labels, no pressure. But it was clear we had something real. Something earned. I wasn't playing pretend like before. I wasn't some backup dad or rebound boyfriend. I was just me. And she liked that. Her kid liked that. That meant the world. Meanwhile, Sarah faded into the background. Last I heard, she moved a few hours away to live with her mom. Probably because she couldn't walk into a grocery store without bumping into someone who knew what happened. Our town's not huge, and gossip spreads fast. I think she got tired of the stares. Or maybe she just couldn't handle seeing me happy. She tried reaching out once more. Maybe a month after I'd blocked her. Sent me a long email. Said she was sorry for everything. Said Brian didn't want to be with her. And she now understood what she lost. That part didn't hit the way she probably wanted. I didn't even reply. Just archived it and blocked her email too. I was done carrying her guilt on my back. Brian and I kept in loose contact. We grabbed a beer once just to kind of close the loop. Talked about life, work, our messy paths. Surprisingly, no awkward tension. We both got played in different ways. But he was stepping up for his kid. That's all that mattered. I don't think we'll ever be close, but I respect him. More than I can say for a lot of people in this story. Now, here's the part one didn't expect. I'm actually happy. Like, genuinely. It hit me the other night when I was at my girlfriend's place. We were cooking dinner, her kid was in the living room yelling about some cartoon and she just looked over and smiled at me like I was hers. Like I belonged there. Not because I had to be. Not because we were pretending. But because I chose to be. That broke me in the best way. I'm not saying all the pain vanished. I still have moments where I see a dad with a baby that kind of looks like me and my chest aches. But those moments are just that moments. They don't own me anymore. The truth is, I was willing to give everything to someone who didn't deserve it. Now I'm giving just a little bit of myself to someone who earns it every day. Feels better this way. Feels real. And maybe someday when I'm ready, I'll give her a ring too. It's been about 8 months since all of this started. Feels like a lifetime ago. I don't think about Sarah anymore. Not really. She used to live in my head rent-free, now she's just noise I've tuned out. Last I heard from mutuals, she's doing okay. Brian's in the kid's life like he promised. They're co-parenting, not dating. Which is for the best. She doesn't deserve a man like that and he knows it too. Sometimes I wonder if she ever really loved me or if I was just the safe guy. The guy who'd show up, pay the bills, play house while she did what she wanted behind the scenes. But that wondering doesn't last long. Because love, real love, doesn't lie to your face every day for a year. Love doesn't hand you a baby and expect you to raise someone else's secret. Nah. She loved the idea of me. Not the reality. Meanwhile, I've built something new. Something honest. My girlfriend, God, it feels weird even calling her that because she's more than that. She saved me without even meaning to. Her daughter? Calls me by my name for now, but slips up and calls me dad sometimes when she's sleepy. First time that happened, I had to step outside and pull myself together. I never thought I'd feel that kind of love again. Not after everything. Not after holding a baby that wasn't mine and feeling like a ghost in my own life. But here I am. I'm still in therapy. Still working on myself. Still scared shitless sometimes. But I'm sober now. I work out, I eat better, I laugh more. I trust again. Carefully, but it's there. And yeah, I bought a new ring. This time, there's no lies behind it. No guilt. No secrets. Just two people who've been through hell, found each other in the smoke, and chose peace over chaos. I haven't proposed yet. Waiting for the right moment. But it's coming. I guess what I'm trying to say is, heartbreak doesn't kill you. It just burns off the bullshit so you can see what's real. And this is real.